Why, hello there, lost family. Or maybe you're new here, a wanderer just stumbling onto the lost gamer's path. Either way, the journey begins again. Today we are exploring the murky depths of Reddit. So stay close. It's easy to get lost out here. So, today we are exploring Reddit. I've been inspired. I've seen a lot of these videos around and I really like them. I love those types of videos. So I decided why not try it myself. I can put some gaming footage over it and just have this in the background, me talking to you about these Reddit posts. I want your opinions on how you think of this, if you end up liking this style. First though, I just want to throw out there a little complaint about Grounded. I was really disappointed by the Halloween thing. I feel like they really missed an opportunity with that. I figured there would be like a boss fight or something in the pumpkin that would get me the candy, and that would have been so cool. And they could have had like pumpkins scattered around the yard varying from levels of like difficult to spot, and different boss fights in them with like, I don't know, candy wizards or something, or I don't know, candy bugs. I don't know. They could have done something though, and it would have been so much cooler than just a pumpkin and some candy. I did eventually go over to the like little writing thing, the old-fashioned toy thing, and play with that a little bit. It has some cool sounds. I didn't record that, but I don't know. It was just overall, it was really disappointing. I feel like they could have done so much more with that. They could have made that so much cooler. Anyway, you can share your opinions on what you think of that too. But yeah, now with that said, we can get to the Reddit stuff. Am I the a-hole for calling my roommate when cops came looking for her? So, I, 28 female, had a roommate from September to October, just someone needing a stepping stone till they got a place of their own. Found out we were both on probation, but nothing really came out of it. We both met with our POs, kept court appointments. It was all fine and dandy. This is adding up to be interesting. She moved out after getting a place, and today a cop came to the door. I went through the safety measures of asking him to identify himself and show a badge, all the safety measures people tell you to go through when you're a female living home alone. That's probably smart. I stepped outside and asked him basically, what's up? He asked if my ex-roommate was home. I explained she moved out, and he asked if the address he had was her new address, and I confirmed the new address, and he asked if number was her number, and I said yeah. He asked me to call her, and I said sure, not thinking much of it. I called her, and as soon as she heard his voice and he did the give me motion for my phone, I did not hand him my phone, just put it on speaker. She hung up, then texted me saying, how dare I betray her, and not just lie to the cops that I had no clue where she was, and I should have said she was out of the state or lied, and said she was there but in the shower, or literally anything to avoid her talking to them. Okay. I mean, if you're on parole, don't you have to talk to cops pretty often? I don't know, but I told her that I wasn't going to lie to the cops, and saying she was in the shower would just make him either 1, sit outside until she came out, or 2, since she's on probation same as me, he could potentially come in for a wellness check on her if she's not out of the shower after a period of time. And telling them she's out of state when you need a PO permission to leave the state is also a horrible idea, because then a warrant for her arrest would have been put out, and if they find and arrest her, I could get in trouble for lying to them. And she snapped back with, did they threaten to throw you in jail if you didn't call me? You're a lying a-hole. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Oh my gosh. This sounds really childish. Just that language. I don't want to talk to you anymore. It kind of sounds like a 5-year-old throwing a temper tantrum, honestly. And anything I have there, I'll figure out how to get out of there because I can't trust you anymore. I mean, she was honestly trying to help you. So yeah, if she had lied to them like you're wanting to, that would have gotten you in much worse trouble. And her. All she left here was a diamond art painting and a library book. My friend says I did the right thing because even her not on probation would have done the same thing, and called her saying the cops were looking for her. My friend's wife says I could have just not answered the door or just declined to say I knew her or her phone number. Yeah, you could have, but why? I mean, I feel like the assumption here, since you both are on parole, that you would be in contact with the police regularly and it wouldn't be a super big deal, but I just don't know. I don't know enough about this stuff. But I mean, he could see me from the living room window cooking in the kitchen. It's a ground floor open plan apartment. The living room is a direct line of sight to the kitchen from the window. So I could see my fridge and stove from outside when I walked to my door, same as the cop could see. So yeah, you couldn't like act like you weren't there. And I mean, she's on parole too, so she has to be careful. I imagine she doesn't want to just anger the cops for no reason, so like, if she declined to give the number, I just feel like that could be a problem. Well, even just confirm, like, because she was confirming the number at first, it sounds like. But yeah, anyway, it's probably not a good idea for her to come off as uncooperative. I feel like I did the right thing, but I ain't too sure. Just figured I'd get outside opinions because now my friends are texting me saying I really upset her, and friends don't rat friends out to the cops. Okay. Edit. They did go to her apartment yesterday looking for her, and she didn't answer the door and told me she wasn't going to answer the door for the cops because she didn't want them to off her. When I told her about tonight that it was legit just a pack of papers in his hand, she said, well, they won't meet me in public and I ain't letting them talk to me at my place. I'll leave the state if I gotta. That just doesn't seem smart. I mean, she's on probation. I mean, if she gets permission, but I told her that was a horrible idea because she'd get a warrant and I'd probably get in trouble even more because I knew of her intent to flee the state. Personally, I just wouldn't say that. Like, you can keep some things to yourself. Just throwing that out there. But she read my message and said blocked, and now I can't message or call her, so I don't know what to do if they come back looking for her. Well, I would just tell them you don't know where she's at, because you don't. Because, I mean, she might have left the state. You don't know. I just wouldn't get involved in this anymore. Not the a-hole, it's not even close. You don't lie to cops when you are on probation. She was asking you to risk your own freedom because she couldn't face the consequences of her own actions, and you did the only smart thing. Yeah, I agree. If you want someone to lie for you, you give them a heads up. Don't just expect them to know what you want them to do. Yeah, for sure. I also just don't think you should expect people to lie for you, period. Agreed that lying to cops is usually a bad decision, doubly so when on probation. Don't ask someone to risk their freedom, then treat them like dirt when you failed to communicate an expectation. Yeah, OP's also on probation. That's double the risk. Lying could literally violate her probation and land her in jail. That's not friendship, that's stupidity. I agree. Okay, on to the next one. BF mad at me because he opened up the relationship and got no dates. Am I the a-hole for how I responded? Me and boyfriend, both 37, have been dating for just over 3 years. Prior to this, I was single for 8 years. Good for you, girl. Overall, it's been a healthy relationship. We are both independent with our jobs, living situations, etc. I don't love spending time with him. What? Oh, okay. I misread that. I do love spending time with him. I was about to think that was real crazy. Like, why are you with him if you don't like spending time with him? I misread that, sorry. I do love spending time with him. I don't really have any complaints. However, something that startled me was back about 6 months ago, Him saying that he wanted to open the relationship up, meaning going on dates and sleeping with other women. Yeah, I think if that startles you, like if that's just not something that you have both seemed open to, I just don't know if that's a good idea. That's just, that seems kind of sad and like asking for disasters to me. I've never been in a dynamic like this, so I naturally had a lot of questions. He told me that I could also go on dates and sleep with other men. I honestly was a little skeptical at first, but after doing some research and having time to think, I agreed. Well, at least you had time to, like, think about it, and hopefully you, like, weren't feeling pressured to agree to that or something. He had told me that if at any point I wasn't comfortable, he could stop and close the relationship up again. Well, that's good. Overall, this is sounding pretty good. Sounds like, you know, you got time to research and make up your mind solidly, and like good boundaries are in place and whatnot. One of the, which, just throwing out there, I'm not an expert on this at any level, so I might be wrong. This might be terrible. I don't know. I don't know enough about the open relationship stuff to really have strong opinions on that. It seems like it's good, but I don't know. One of the rules was we don't discuss with each other what we're doing or who we're going on dates with. Yeah, that makes sense. I signed up to a dating app. Within a few days, I had 500 plus likes. Good for you, girl. You must be really, really cute. Must have good personality going on for you and all that kind of stuff. And it's been pretty steady since. So I started matching with people, texting, and arranging dates. On average, I go on 1 or 2 dates a month. Good for you. There are also some people in similar dynamics of open relationships that I am going on dates with, sleeping with regularly. Good for you, girl. I quite like the fact that everything is non-committal, so even though I was skeptical at first, I am enjoying the open relationship. Good for you! I feel like that's rare with these kinds of posts. Usually it ends up with, like, the girl being kind of miserable with it, but trying to go along with it to please her boyfriend, so I'm glad she's actually enjoying it. As decided from before, I hadn't told my boyfriend about any of this. Sorry, my voice is kind of giving out on me because I just don't talk a lot in my regular life. So hopefully it's not too intolerable. I was at my boyfriend's house the other day, and my phone was on the kitchen counter. He saw my notifications and then proceeded to go through my phone and read messages. Okay. That's just not seeming very appropriate, considering, I mean, they're both in an open relationship. It's not cheating. So, that just seems inappropriate. Including going through the dating app and whatnot. To say he was angry was an understatement. What are you angry about? You have no right to be angry. I mean, unless there's something about this that we're not getting, like maybe his side of the story has details that we're missing here. I'm just not seeing a reason for him to be angry. Turns out he opened the relationship up to take out on a date a younger colleague at his workplace who misread his idea of a date as just work lunch. Okay. This is sounding really toxic. So basically, he wanted to date someone else, but he was wanting to be safe. He wanted, like, his backup plan. I feel like that's what it is. He's looking at this woman as his backup plan, his, like, his sure thing, basically. But I'm also gonna date this younger woman and, like, form a relationship with her, and as soon as things are looking solid with her, I'm gonna dump you, is kind of what it's looking like to me. Or he might have just kept them both, but either way, it's just not seeming very good. It's kind of funny, though, that that it didn't actually work out. His colleague just didn't even understand where he was going with that. That sounds like something I would do. I rarely notice when people are flirting with me. So, she might just be kind of like that. He then openly told me that he wanted to see if it would work with her so he could ultimately— oh my god, I called it! So he could ultimately leave me for her. Did I call it or what? However, she didn't want him, and it seems like no one else did either. Oh, burn. That had to hurt. Usually I might, I mean, well, in this case I usually would laugh at that, because he deserves that. Like, oh my gosh, that is just scum of the earth behavior. So yeah, he deserves that. In the last 6 months, he's had a few rough dates, but no one additional to sleep with. How did you end up with him, girl? Because it's kind of seeming like he's a walking red flag. It kind of seems like nobody likes this guy. So I mean, not to insult you, but I kind of want to know how you ended up with him. Because it seems like the general consensus is most women don't like him. I feel somewhat embarrassed for him. Girl, don't. I mean, he literally told you he was going to leave you for this girl. The whole thing was just a charade so he could leave you, but also have his sure thing. Like, don't feel bad or embarrassed for him. He deserves all of it. He demanded we instantly close the relationship up, and I told him that maybe we should just end things, or at least take a break. I think you should end things. I mean, not to be pushy on your life, it's your life, your decision to make, but I feel like you should just break up with this man. He just seems like a horrible person. He was outraged and called me names. Okay, so yeah, terrible person. But he was the one who wanted this dynamic, so what's the problem? Yeah. The problem is his little plot to leave you in the dust, I guess, and be with this younger woman didn't work out, and he also didn't end up sleeping with a bunch of other women, so yeah, that's the problem. I left, and as I walked home, I was contemplating fully breaking it off with him. You should, girl. He's been blowing up my phone, and I'm not quite sure what to say. Am I the a-hole? No, I mean, from what you said, it doesn't sound like you even said anything. Like, I mean, you said maybe we should close it. You said maybe we should break things off or take a break, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's a terrible person, it sounds like. So yeah, I think you're fully in the right to say that. You didn't, I mean, unless you're leaving details out, you didn't say anything rude to him. So this is sorted by best. You should join the rest of the population and not dating him as well. I agree. Sounds like you're out there killing it. Have you considered asking out his work colleague? That would actually be really funny.
Hello, powerless ant.
I would actually like to see that. Part 2, hopefully. OP, this is a tale as old as time. One side wants to open up the relationship for one of two reasons. They are already cheating, they have someone they want to cheat with, and opening up the relationship will make it legal. Dump his A. Dump his butt. I agree. I mean, I think people can be in an open relationship healthily, probably. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know enough about it. But, yeah, this is definitely not the way to do it. If there is a healthy way to do it. OP, he asked you to open it up so he can hopefully dump you. He also didn't think you would get the attention that you are getting. He just noticed that he is not that catch he thought he is. That's a burn. He literally admitted all of it. To be honest, he tried to openly cheat without the consequences and then leave you if it would have worked out. You have literally every right to dump him because he apparently only keeps you because he didn't get his first choice. Yeah, what kind of relationship is that? I wouldn't want to be in that kind of dynamic. No. Seriously though, all these other women went on dates and were like, ew, no. Listen to them. That's what I was thinking. Leave him. Maybe he can mature in the meantime. Yeah. For sure. Guy here, OP. Amazing, isn't it? His deceit led to this, and now he's pissed at you. What the I agree. Seriously, I'd end it based upon his deceit alone, and rest assured he was at minimum engaging in an emotional relationship with his coworker well before he broached opening up your relationship. I agree. Don't waste an iota of your time regarding him and your relationship. And your situationship. He blew a good thing. He no longer deserves you. Move on. If I could snap, snaps. I have a hard time snapping, so yeah, can't do that. Goodness. He admitted he was only stringing you along and seeing if this younger woman wanted him. If she had wanted him, he would have broken up with you for her, and you were asking if you were the a-hole? Lady, you are a moron if you stay. I kind of agree. I wouldn't put it that harshly, but, yeah. Don't stay in those sorts of relationships. That's just, I mean, obviously, she's doing good in the dating world. She can find someone new. Okay, let's sort by controversial. Men aren't lonely enough. Make sure he learns a lesson, girl. I'm not gonna say too much on that, because, I have mixed opinions on that comment, but, yeah. I don't understand people who praise you. You are both, okay. So yeah, this is kind of, I think this is a slightly puritanical type of person. I don't understand people who praise you. You are both, I can't say that word, around at that age, because there's an age limit on that, I guess. Keep in mind you are not youngest anymore, and finding the partner for life gets harder and harder unless that's not your priority either. I've seen life. You can find a partner, a good partner at any age. Just throwing it out there. You can. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. It's possible. And it seems like she has a lot of people that are into her, so I don't think she's hit the wall. When she has 500 plus matches, I don't think she's hit the wall. Just saying. I think just X without any connection gets boring and has no meaning. Sure, I can agree with that. But, I mean, it's her life to live. It's not really something you need to be commenting on. You should look at the bigger picture and ask what you want from life. And if finding the right partner from now on shouldn't be your main goal now. I mean, maybe if she wants that, but not everybody is looking for that. I think most people are, but not everybody is. And it's definitely not with that guy. Let's be real. Wait 2 days before you respond. Don't get knee-jerk involved in his anger fit right now. Sleep on it and see what you think with a rested mind. Whatever you choose, you'll be calmer and probably prouder of what you answer back. I don't know what that means. The whole way he shared how he plotted to monkey vine to her and thinks nothing of it is mind-numbing. I'd never come back from that singular revelation. That's for sure. I agree with that. It's good advice. Very good advice to not act too quickly on these things. This person says, I am poly, and this is usually how it goes when men want to open their relationship. You are not the a-hole. Maybe time for you to bounce and read the book Poly Secure. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I definitely think she should bounce. Okay, that's good enough. Let's call it. I think I have to stop filming generally now, because my throat is just... my voice is just completely leaving me, so... So with that, our little adventure comes to an end, for now. But the path never truly does. If you enjoyed getting lost with me, show me with a like or a comment. It helps me and my little channel far more than you know. If you wish to keep traveling these hidden trails, subscribe, and I'll see you when the path reveals itself again. Bye for now.